Hey Ubers, Vivian here to share with you some new dies that I recently acquired. They are Sizzix Thinlits dies, wonderfully ornate and incredibly symbolic. I just love all of them. They are designed by Pete Hughes, and let me show you in detail. This is the magical butterfly, and I will provide links to all of these dies in the description box below if you're my YouTube subscriber, and you can see the links also on the Sizzix blog below my blog post. And the bird is called Delicate Wings, and the owl is called Regal Owl, and that one's my absolute favorite because I'm crazy about owls. Before I show you some really fast techniques to create a fresh mixed media effect, I just want to show you some work I did with this owl die cut. Can you see that beautiful tail on the owl? It looks almost like a treble clef symbol, musical symbol. Isn't that lovely? If you're at all curious about how I got those colors to pool like that on my die cut, you can check out my videos on my Contadina K YouTube channel on dowsing. With all my Sizzix Thinlits dies and wafer thin dies, I like to use the magnetic platform. It makes all the wafer thin dies much easier to handle. They snap right into place and they don't jiggle around when you're sending them through your die cutting machine. I've got my first cutting pad down there, and now they come in different cool colors so they're easy to locate, and my cardstock, and a piece of wax paper to make the die cut significantly easier to extract from your very detailed dies. And then your second cutting pad, Sizzix cutting pad on top. And then you send it through your Sizzix Big Shot. And I always send it through 2 times for good measure, especially with the more detailed die cuts. So just in case you're new to die cutting, I just want to show you, see those imprints made by your die cuts? That's totally normal. And hearing a crackling sound as you send your die through your die cutting machine, that crackling sound is also totally normal. So I've cut 3 rectangles of mixed media paper to sizes just shy of the standard card size, 5.5 by 4.25, and I'm going to back those with black cardstock for a nice frame. And I'm going to treat them in the way that I love to do with mists, which is to mist with water first and then just tap on little droplets of pigment and watch them make their beautiful patterns all on their own. And if you find that the pigment is a little too intense for what you're going for, you can just tap that off with a little bit of paper towel. And when you add different colors into the mix, you'll see that they blend really beautifully without you having to do much, other than maybe just tipping your paper surface this way and that to encourage the colors to mix just a little bit more. I find that this is a really great way to create an artsy mixed media effect with really very little investment of time or effort. The media really works for you, especially in conjunction with the use of water. And then you just set it aside to dry. What I also really like about using my mists this way is it creates a mixed media effect. And if you just use that without any other techniques, you get a really fresh result, which is not what a lot of people often associate with mixed media. I treated all 3 card fronts in the same manner, using a different selection of colors, and set those aside to dry. And I'm also going to use this single stamp on all 3 of the card fronts to create sort of a feeling of a set, even though the colors are different. I love this stamp. It's from Inka Dinka Doo, I believe, and it's got nice curvy patterns and sort of abstract. And I'm using that in conjunction with dye ink in coordinating purple color from Clear Snap. I used the same ink pad all along the edges of this piece of mixed media paper, and I also used it to color up my die cut simply by pressing the die cut into the face of the ink pad. By coloring up my die cut this way, pressing harder in some areas and lighter in other areas, dragging maybe even, you're able to create variations in color on your die cut that in this case I find more interesting than a solid homogeneous purple. Another thing you can do that's very much in keeping with this sort of loose mixed media playful style is to simply draw with a fine-tipped marker a very random frame around the edge of your project. I'm not trying at all to be straight, and actually I added another line and had them crisscross, and it ends up creating a finished feeling that's very much in line with the style of the project. To adhere my owl die cut to my base, I'm using a product also from Clear Snap. It's called Glue Gloss, and the applicator is exactly like a lip gloss tip, and it helps to get around those tiny shapes in your die cut. I stamped the word wise because that's a word that we often associate with owls. I love owls, but I think they also, when you really think about it, represent amazing power. The butterfly, that's also from Pete Hughes at Sizzix, to me represents change and transformation. And this beautiful bird, freedom. So I have a set of 3 with some variations in color, but you have some similar patterns from that stamp that create a sense of unity. Here you can see a close-up of all those glorious colors. And here's the set of 3 together. In the first position, we had the magical butterfly, and in the center, that beautiful regal owl. And the third card, and I stuck monochromatic to that one, is called Delicate Wings, and these are all designed by Pete Hughes for Sizzix. If you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, please do. It's Contadina K. And for more inspirations from me, you can also visit me on my blog. That's contadinak.com. Bye.